very good evening to you all. You're joining us on Prime TV News. I'm Dilani Jaitilaka. Let's have a look at the headlines first. Sri Lankan and Vietnamese Prime Ministers hold talks. Legal action planned by the Lotteries Board for the milk pack fraud of the joint opposition. Johnston Fernando is further remanded. Farmers who cultivated with water from the Moragahakanda reservoir anticipate a record harvest. US is to mark the 70th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks. Now for news in detail. Vietnamese Prime Minister Nguyen Xuan Phuc has said that not only state relations between Sri Lanka and Vietnam, but also ties between parliamentary political parties and the people should be strengthened. The Vietnamese premier expressed these sentiments during talks with Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe. The official talks between Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe and Vietnamese Prime Minister Nguyen Xuan Phuc were held at the office of the Vietnamese Prime Minister. They focused attention on economic as well as exchange of programs on political, religious, social and business sectors. The United Nations International Vesak Festival will be held centering the Hanoi city in Vietnam next year. Sri Lanka's support in this respect was sought for this purpose. The Prime Minister underscored the need for the exchange of Buddhist delegations. Views were exchanged with respect to the appointment of a joint committee of experts to look into the historic relations between Sri Lanka and Vietnam. The Prime Minister said that this committee should be set up soon. Many Vietnamese are planning to tour Sri Lanka. As such, the Vietnamese Prime Minister referred to the need of launching direct flights between the two countries. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe pledged to extend all facilities in this respect. The two leaders discussed further relaxing visa regulations between the two countries. A business delegation from Sri Lanka is due to undertake a visit to Vietnam in November. A decision was arrived at organizing exchanging programs in the business sphere. The two prime ministers agreed to prepare a memorandum of understanding on the fishery industry between the two countries. The need to expediting and expanding the work of the joint committee established on behalf of economic coordinating tasks was underscored. The two leaders assured dedication on behalf of free shipping in the Indian Ocean and safeguarding peace. Minister Malik Samaravikrama, Prime Minister's Secretary Saman Ekanayake, Sri Lanka's Ambassador to Vietnam Hasinthi Dissanayake, Prime Minister's Additional Secretary Saman Ataudehetti and Special Assistant Sandra Pereira were present on the occasion. The National Lotteries Board has totally rejected accusations that a vehicle of the Lotteries Board was used for the handing over of milk packets for those who participated in the joint opposition protest. Its chairperson, Shamila Pereira, emphasized that they plan to take legal action with regard to this accusation. Addressing a news conference yesterday, Udaya Gammanpila said that the National Lotteries Board was involved in this incident. Udaya Gammanpila said that one of the vans used for the transport of these milk packets belongs to the National Lotteries Board. This particular van of the Lotteries Board, bearing the registered number ND3094, had been released for the duties of the working director on this particular day. Chairperson of the National Lotteries Board, Shamila Pereira, pointed out that there is no truth in this statement. Their vehicles on this particular day had been operating in various parts of the country. The vehicle referred to had been operating for official purposes and had returned to the head office by 7 p.m. Other than that, this vehicle had not been used for any other purpose, including the distribution of milk. She said that investigations have commenced as to who had illegally entered the head office premises and taken photographs of the vehicle and composited a fake photograph. She said that this particular accusation is being made with the intention of tarnishing its image. The inauguration of the Flag Week, launched on the sidelines of the National Prisoners' Day, was held at the President's office today. It was held under the patronage of President Maithripala Sirisena. A flag week is operative parallel to the National Prisoners' Day, which falls on 12th September every year. It is being organized targeting at the welfare of the prisoners. The Flag Week is a joint effort by the Sri Lanka Prisoners Welfare Association and the Prisoners Department. Marking the inauguration of the Flag Week, Project Coordinating Secretary pinned the first flag on the President. Medical clinics, the granting of spectacles and improving sanitary facilities on behalf of the prisoners are various projects that will be implemented. A group including Minister Thalatha Thukorala and Prisons Commissioner General Nishan Dhanasinghe was among those present. 3 persons, including former Minister Johnston Fernando, have been further remanded. They are accused of misappropriating a sum of 5.2 million rupees. The Kurunegala High Court remanded them until tomorrow. The case is being heard on a daily basis. Accordingly, hearing will resume tomorrow. Johnston Fernando and the other suspects were again produced in the Kurunegala High Court today. On this occasion, a group from the joint opposition had entered the High Court premises. A revision petition has been filed in the appeals court seeking bail for these suspects. This petition is due to be taken up for consideration tomorrow. The Colombo High Court today postponed the hearing of further evidence in the case filed against 6 persons, including Hambantota District Parliamentarian Namal Rajapaksha, for the 9th of next month. They are accused for their alleged involvement in laundering money amounting to 30 million rupees. They are accused of laundering this 30 million rupees through the Govers Corporate Services Private Limited. Defence lawyers today cross-examined Mohan Iriagolla, the chairman of the Bonston Capital Private Limited, who was the main witness in this case. The witness dismissed a proposal made by the defence that he obtained a bribe to give evidence on behalf of the government. Parliamentarian Namal Rajapaksha, Onela Iresha de Silva, Sujani Bogolagama and Nitya Senani appeared in the High Court today. The Chief Magistrate ordered the issue of an open warrant via Interpol for the arrest of Indika Karunajiva, who was absconding the Magistrates' Court from the inception of the hearing of the case. The Colombo Magistrates' Court today ordered to resume the case filed against Piyankara Jayaratne on the 19th of October. Former Minister Piyankara Jayaratne is accused of creating a coordination officer's post in contravention to the Civil Aviation Service Authorities Act and appointing his personal secretary to the post. Piyankara Jayaratne and his personal secretary are accused of causing a loss to the government through this appointment. This case was taken up for hearing today before Chief Magistrate Ranga Disanayaka. The Defence Counsel said that an appeals petition has been forwarded with respect to this case to the High Court. The farmers who had undertaken their cultivation with water from the Moragahakanda reservoir are anticipating a record harvest. The farmers said that they were able to successfully undertake their cultivation this season. The farmer community of the Alahara Moragahakanda Mahavalley zone faced immense difficulties in engaging in cultivation for several years due to lack of water. However, with the construction of the Moragahakanda reservoir, the farmers in areas such as Sarubima and Kottapitia within the Alahara Divisional Secretariat Division received an opportunity to engage in their cultivations without any hazards. The farmers who are engaged in the cultivation of tobacco have now taken to the cultivation of crops such as big onions, peanuts, maize, cowpea, green gram and sweet potatoes. These farmers claim that they expect a record harvest from these cultivations. Minister Mahinda Samarasinghe has said that the opportunity afforded to President Maithripala Sirisena to address the heads of state on the first day of the United Nations General Assembly session is a significant opportunity. Addressing a news conference at the Sri Lanka Freedom Party head office, the minister said that this displays the impression Sri Lanka has within the international. Minister Samarasinghe said that the President has been afforded the opportunity of addressing the United Nations General Assembly sessions on the first day itself. This is considered as a significant occasion. The President is slated to address on the reconciliation path Sri Lanka is traversing on. A Nelson Mandela Memorial function will also be organized. The President has also informed the organizing committee that he is also ready to address the function. A workshop will be organized to reach a consensus on narcotics. President Maithripala Sirisena has informed that he is also ready to attend this workshop along with US President Donald Trump. Sri Lanka Freedom Party General Secretary Professor Rohana Lakshman Piyadasa expressed his concern over the manner in which protesters of the joint opposition behaved opposite the Sri Lanka Freedom Party head office. The SLFP General Secretary said that groups in the demonstration hooted at the head office while passing it. He said he considered that those who contested from the SLFP and the United People's Freedom Alliance gave leadership to this unlawful behavior. After the election results, the President permitted some to sit in the opposition. He said that he considered they cannot secure membership of another political party or join in a promotional campaign of another political party. Minister of Finance and Mass Media Mangala Samaravira today declared open the special counter of the refund of value-added tax to tourists. It was opened at the Katunayaka International Airport. This is being implemented as a massive step of attracting foreign tourists to Sri Lanka. The counter for foreigners to pay the value-added tax is being opened, meeting a 2018 budget proposal. Another purpose is to establish Sri Lanka as a trading hub in Asia. The counter will refund to foreign tourists a percentage of the VAT paid for the goods they are taking along with them after purchasing from Sri Lanka. The Inland Revenue Department will be making these payments. It will receive the assistance of the Customs Department. The process will take forward the government's program of developing Sri Lanka as a trade hub in the Asian region. VAT returns will improve the institutions that provide goods and attract foreign exchange to Sri Lanka. The process of repaying taxes is being implemented with the intention of attracting foreign tourists from many countries in the world. World attention will be drawn to Sri Lanka with its implementation. The Ministry of Finance and Mass Media said that this would be a fine opportunity to take another massive stride forward in the country's economy. Experiments are being carried out for the cultivation of a new variety of tomatoes in Sri Lanka. It is known as San Masano. This variety of tomato is unique to Nepal and it is being grown in Sri Lanka to explore the possibility of undertaking its cultivation in the island. The Ministry of Agriculture has said that a high yield could be obtained from this special type of tomatoes. Further research is being carried out on this strain, which can be cultivated both in the wet as well as in the dry zones. The purchase of the local potato yield across is being successfully carried out. The government took a recent decision to purchase the potato yield from the local cultivator via Satosa with the aim of protecting the local farmer as well as maintaining a stable price. Accordingly, the purchase of the local harvest directly from the cultivator is now being undertaken at the Valimada, Boralanda, Kappatipola and Uvaparanagama agrarian centres. 5,000 kilograms of potatoes is slated to be purchased daily from each of the Agrarian Service Authority areas. Even though a guaranteed price of 80 rupees was earlier assured for a kilogram of potatoes, a kilo will be purchased at a wholesale price of 90 rupees on the instructions of the government. The first place of the annual Cadet Corps camp organised by the National Cadet Corps was secured by Ashoka Vidyalaya, Colombo. The 6th camp of the Junior Cadet Corps was held at the National Cadet Corps Training Centre in Rantambe. The camp was held for 5 days. It was attended by Cadet Corps of more than 50 schools. The Colombo Ashoka Vidyalaya succeeded in securing the first place in the evaluation camp. Principal G.B. Disanayaka said that this was a major victory achieved by the Ashoka Vidyalaya Junior Cadet Corps since its establishment. That's all we have for you today. Prime News is available round the clock and even on the go at www.itnnews.lk. Do visit our interactive site. Have a pleasant week. Good night.